You know it's easier to work for someone else than to own a construction business that breaks even every year, right? If you've survived 10 years in the construction industry and are still plagued, struggling to pay your bills, then this is for you, because that's not normal unless we're in a recession. Tradesmen start businesses all the time. You're great at your craft, but you don't necessarily know how to run a business financially. If you don't know who I am, I'm Josh Luebker, and I work to solve that. Running a business isn't easy. You might win a $2.2 million project and think you're set for the next 12 months, but by the end of it, you are scraping by to pay everyone else, and you don't have any money left to pay yourself. Today, I'm going to teach you 4 mindset shifts you need to fix that. What's up, y'all? Welcome back. If you're looking for content on subcontracting, finance, and operations, please like the video and hit the subscribe button below. And with that, let's get into it. Mindset number 1. If you aren't going to make profit, don't take the project. You can make zero profit sitting at home, so don't tie up your time and resources to make the same amount and all of that added stress. There will be many times in your business you may have to take busy work to keep people employed. There are downturns and slow seasons, but during the busy season, do not compromise on the price you estimate it should take. What always ends up happening are clients come in and say, well, I got this quote for someone else to do it for 10% less. Will you do it for that price? Don't lower your price. Trust your experience. If they are telling you that, they want you to do the project because you do great work and they like you more than the competition. So politely say, I'm sorry, I can't do it for that price. You don't hurt your chances of closing the deal doing that. You actually build relationships by being confident in what it takes to build a project correctly. Mindset number 2. Make sure you have the right people in the right seats. This one is really tough for business owners. We all want to hold control of what we are building, so we take on everything. At some point, you have been the estimator, project manager, installer, marketer, accountant, delivery driver, human resources, business development, if not more. But what you need to realize is if you're really elite at one of those things, taking time away by doing any of the others is hurting you financially and burning you out. That's not to say you have to hire someone to do each role. We all start somewhere, so you may have to do half of them for a few years while you build up. Just realize that's what you need to do to become more productive with your time. Here's an example. You probably aren't a great accountant by trade, but you can outsource that to a bunch of companies for a few $100s instead of hiring a full-time person yourself and directing them on what to do all the time. The goal is, instead of you spending 15 hours a week trying to figure out how to invoice and write checks, you could have 15 additional hours in business development for a couple $100. And you know your business better than anybody you could hire for a couple $100. Mindset number 3. You are the trade expert. Don't let the general contractors push you around. This one always bothered me on job sites. I had a general contractor call the inspection office to schedule an inspection on our master's license. We hadn't called it in yet because we knew it would fail if the inspector showed up a few days earlier And they were notorious for showing up unannounced if they were in the area and saw you had an inspection coming up. Most general contractors don't know you can only have so many failed inspections before you lose your license. I was livid. That superintendent that called in the inspection heard about it from me in front of their owner because it's completely unacceptable for someone to do that to someone else's livelihood. So don't be afraid to stand up to the GC. Mindset number 4, and this is the most important for retaining profit. Treat your employees well. I've seen a lot of contractors that think that they treat employees well. But when you talk to their employees, the employees feel unsupported or like a punching bag for everything that goes wrong, financially, operationally, anything. It's important to talk to your people like they're your own family. Instead of accepting, "I'm good," when you ask, "How are you doing?" Say, "No, really. How's everything going? Is there anything I can do to make work easier for you?" You'll have a team ready to run through a brick wall for you after a few months of showing you care instead of quarterly pizza parties for not having a safety incident or losing an arm. But I want to know what you think. Tell me in the comments, what have you tried, even if it didn't work? Remember, the only reason you started a business was to have financial freedom and less stress working for someone else. So stop the cycle and go thrive.